Hey, Auburn High School. If you were watching this, then probably something went sideways with COVID-19 and we had to shut down school, or maybe our classroom's been shut down because someone was tested positive or something like that. Having said that, I'm pre-recording this before the school year began. If we met in person, I probably missed you. So please feel free to reach out on our Schoology page or email me at rccox@auburnschools.org. This is my third and youngest daughter, and she is here with me. And Again, this is before school started or anything. Here's the thing. Today's little lesson is about how to sell products. This is not a how-to technique in Photoshop. This is more just like how to sell something to someone. And The whole point of graphic design and marketing and advertising is not just to make a good looking image on a page. It's to get somebody to do something that they would not have done otherwise, right? So, like, hey, you may not be interested in purchasing this type of food, but let me see if I can change your mind so that now you are interested, and not just interested, so that you will purchase this food. Or sometimes it's an idea like, hey, um, you should stop smoking. And let me show you this image in these few words, see if I can change your mind so that you actually stop smoking or drinking and driving, or, that kind of thing. You're trying to get people to do something different than they were before. And so let me just show you a few, she's squirming right now, a few examples. I'm going to try to prop her a little bit differently. Let's see here. I'm going to share what's on the screen. And okay, one way to do this is to exaggerate, and you never ever want to be deceitful. You don't want to lie to somebody in graphic design, advertising, or otherwise. That's never okay to do it, and it will likely get you into some legal trouble. However, the point of this is not that this bleach works so well that it'll actually remove the stripes from a zebra. Everybody knows that. This is hyperbole. This is a joke. And so that is okay. If you were to say this bleach is so good that it does remove the stripes, and we mean that, and it doesn't actually do that, that's not okay. Don't do that. But if you just joke and use hyperbole, then that's typically okay. So good that it removes the spots from a Dalmatian. We get it. Oh, it works well. That's what your point is. Here's one for a particular dental clinic. It's like, hey, your smile is so bad that you ought to grow a mustache over. It's exaggeration, right? This paint is so accurate. The color is so accurate. It's as though you drained it straight out of the violin. We understand this is exaggeration. Here's one for a public service announcement, like, hey, tobacco, it weighs on our, it says the French society, because it uses so much money, or it's such a big part of your budget, that type of thing. And so they're using the physical exaggeration to get across a point. Here's one for aspirin, and we get it, like, hey, you done with practice and your head hurts, take a little aspirin. It'll help out your headache. Here's one. Tabasco is so hot, we're comparing it with a fire. It's a little ironic that they'd be putting out a fire with Tabasco sauce. But anyway, we get the point. It's hot. That's their point. Again, such a clear exaggeration. You never ever again want to lie to someone and tell them that the product does something truly that it doesn't truly do. But we know it doesn't make your mouth actually explode like a volcano. The point is, it's hot. That's their point, and they use hyperbole and exaggeration as a joke to get it across. Here's a fun one about parallel parking. This car is so good at parallel parking, and it's a good thing because parallel parking, you can hurt people. Here's one showing, hey, you were one way and now you are another. There's progress here. Let's see here. And one other way is to use familiarity. Like for Legos, we know exactly what that is. That's the Vincent van Gogh's self-portrait, but they did it out of Legos. And if this were just an abstract bunch of Legos, I would be much less interested in it. But this image, I'm familiar with it, and that's what makes me turn my head when I'm walking down the hallway and I see this one. Another of the same exact image. Hey, these glasses are so clear. If he used these glasses, he would have painted better. That's their exaggeration kind of implication that they put out there. Uh, Here's one of him taking a self-portrait, like, hey, no need to paint. You can take your own selfie with this camera very, very easily, that kind of thing. Um, any kind of image with familiarity is more likely to turn our heads. If you're walking down a hallway and you see something boring, you're not going to read it, even if it's a great message. If you don't read it, then it doesn't do you any good, right? And so if you find things that are familiar, people are more likely to stop and look at it. Okay, I'm going to get back on here. That's probably enough for today because my daughter is getting pretty fidgety. So here's an example for you. For graphic design, the point is to make a poster, again, that will get people to do something that they would not have done if not for the poster. So like if I'm trying to tickle her, I don't poke her here, that doesn't do anything. I don't poke her here, that doesn't do anything. But let me see if I can get her just right. I'm gonna try to tickle her. You see how she's kind of squirming and wiggling? Oh, she might get a little laugh out. If my purpose is to tickle her, I gotta poke just right. And so that's how it is with graphic design. You don't do just any old picture. You do one that they'll A, stop and look at to see what you have to say, and B, something that will change their mind. It'll make them not do what they were going to do, but instead do what we're asking them to do. That's the point. Okay. Hope you guys have a good afternoon.